Hey guys, here's a great truth from the Word of God. In the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 9, it says this, "And the patriarchs, becoming envious, and sold Joseph into Egypt. But God was with him." Here in Acts chapter 7, we see Stephen giving an overview of like the entire Old Testament almost. He's before this council and he's trying to prove a point, and to prove his point, he's using the Old Testament scriptures to do that. And here in verse 9, Stephen gets to the part of the Old Testament about Joseph and the coat of many colors, and Joseph having his dream and his brothers selling him into Egypt. So here in verse 9 it says, "And the patriarchs," meaning Joseph's brothers, "became envious, and they sold Joseph into Egypt." Guys, this is a bad day for Joseph. His brothers, his own family, have sold him into Egypt. They've got rid of him for what they think, and Joseph thinks as well, forever. They've gotten rid of their brother. Joseph, this was a trial in his life. This is something that he was not planning. This is something that is not good that happened in his life. But notice what it says in the end of verse number 9 here in Acts chapter 7. It says, "Joseph gets sold into slavery, but God was with him." Guys, Joseph was suffering this terrible thing that happened in his life, but there's good news. God was with Joseph because Joseph was a man of God. Guys, as Christians, we have the same promise as Joseph in our lives today. No matter what trial, no matter what difficulty we may face in this world, no matter what that thing might be, whether if it's losing a job or losing a loved one, there's no trial that will come upon us as Christians that will not carry the same ending as verse number 9 carries. And that ending is, "But God was with him." Guys, that's a great comfort to us to understand that no matter what happens to us in this life, the ups and downs and the roller coaster craziness that happens, there's one thing in our life as Christians that's constant, and that is that God is with us. And that's something that we can be deeply encouraged and deeply comforted by.